Hey, how's it going? Welcome to what should have been, what is week 23. It's being posted at the end of week 24. I did end up missing 1 week. I don't remember why last Sunday. I think I just forgot in the busyness of it all. And then um, I was going to try to make it up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at latest. And what the next video we'll talk about more. But just to mention it here, I got pretty sick. So I was in a position where for reasons of this weekend, I needed to do everything I could to get better, so I wasn't going out and wasn't doing anything. Anyways, that's for the next one. But this is the first and hopefully only week that I fully missed it and had to do two in one day. But even with that, I still want 52 videos at the end. This is another short one. It's about the consistency in doing that, even when something happens and I miss. So that's not going to be too big of a deal. I'm not too concerned. But yeah, so this one was titled "Week of Suffering." Actually, let me do the recap first. Been 1 week. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna take the mindset of last weekend. Been 1 week with my cat. On Wednesday, she super freaked out at me and was hissing and attacking, and so much that I just had to like lock her in my room and leave her for the day. And it wasn't great. And I thought, oh man, she might not be the cat for me. Maybe we're not going to get along. And the nice thing was it ended up working out. She attacks every so often. Oh my gosh, here she is right now bringing me a sock. She attacks every so often, but it's more like if you move too fast or if you do like really big and imposing, she gets freaked out and her fight or flight kicks in, which is usually a fight unless it's like a spooky noise. But it's fine, and she's pretty cuddly. She sleeps in the bed with me, like beside me, so that's not too bad. Anyways, I labeled this as Week of Suffering, and this isn't necessarily meant to be as a negative, like, oh, I suffered this week, but this is a week where there were parts of suffering, and even some of that was just like I went for an hour bike ride followed by an hour of gym, and so my body was going through it for that full 2 hours, and was it really suffering? No, but maybe I should have called it a week of hardship. But I've already named it and started the recording, so maybe that'll be one for a different week. But I kind of want to talk about my personal take, and I already know this is kind of going to go into this next week, but my take on suffering and discomfort. I, to a degree, welcome it. Um, People definitely think I'm weird for that, and I understand, because why would you want to suffer? But I think a moderate amount of that in your life, everything in moderation is fine. You become stronger in ways, and you learn how to get through things and develop. And so every time that I am going through something or suffering, maybe while I'm going through it to try and keep my mindset up, or afterwards when I'm looking back, I try to tell myself that, hey, me 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, right, could have never handled this. But me today did. And that's because, every week, every month, every year, I'm fighting a little bit more. I'm having a little bit more suffering or discomfort in my life. And by getting through that and fighting against it and learning how to deal with it, you become stronger. And, things that caused me suffering 6 years ago might be almost nothing to me now, because I've learned so many ways to deal with it, and I have so much life experience. So, during this week where I've had some of these thoughts, these feelings where things weren't going great, I try to remind myself that, I don't know that I'd say maybe everything happens for a reason. I'm not going to go that far, but everything that happens, for most things, you can try to put a, maybe not even positive spin, but a growth spin on it. You can grow from it and become stronger, and so that if it happens again, it affects you less and less. Not because you become numb to it, but because you're better at it. Anyways, that's all for this one, so I can get to the longer one for this next one. So thanks, and I hope you still have a great week anyways.